And I'm live. All right, so welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. I'm trying this kind of hours is not really the right type of hours to go live. And we already did a live video this morning, but I have time today. So today was supposed to be my chill out by the pool day, have a couple of drinks, but a big split, do something like that. Relax my mind. And then these two stories broke. One of the stories that we're going to talk about right now is a security brother that just found out that one of his 4 children is his. Only one. The rest of them, jacket. All right. He just gave his full story. But the breaking story is about the artist named Tommy Lee. Akeem G, blessings. Thank you for being here. DJ Smooth TV, thank you for being here. Them trying to take down the whole Gaza family. We're going to talk about it right now. Why, oh boy. So the breaking news big story is that Tommy Lee Sparta is in more trouble now than before. Remember, Tommy Lee just got sentenced, right? And get sentenced. For those of you who don't know, he got sentenced on a gun charge and he is doing time. It already got court. Him already found guilty. Him already plead guilty to it. Say a fee. They found it on his person. Not beside him car, inside him car, down the road. They never fling it through the sunroof. They found it on him. See? Plead guilty, doing his time. So he would have to do about 3 years before him come back on road again. This is Tommy Lee Sparta. Tommy Lee just dropped a bunch of hot songs. Me just now I listen to Holding On. I'm holding on. That song there. Say me crazy, say me lazy. That song there, one bag of thing them I say about me. Him just give them the ammunition them needed because Jano. If you look at my last video I did covering Tommy Lee thing, I said it. I said Tommy Lee better hope. So them don't send a gun there for ballistics. And when the gun come back, it don't have nothing on it. One body would have been bad. So here's the story. Nationwide News is carrying the story right now. I haven't seen, but me no wait, me just come off our road. I haven't seen Star, Gleaner, all these people jump on it yet. They probably have, but Nationwide has the news. And Nationwide says that, which is usually a credible source, says that Nationwide News understands that a gun that was seized from high-profile incarcerated dancehall entertainer Tommy Lee Sparta has been linked to at least 2 murders. The gun has been linked to at least 2 murders. They're saying that the murders occurred in the corporate area. Remember, I said Tommy left Mobile, went to live in Kingston there, and he was somewhere close to the corporate area. Anyhow, the firearm has also been connected to 3 cases of shooting with intent. The same firearm, This is by ballistic evidence, The firearm has been connected also to 3 cases of shooting with intent and 2 murders. Backside. High-level law enforcement sources told our news center that projectile and cartridge casings recovered from the scenes of those murders and those shooting incidents have been linked to the illegal firearm that was seized from Tommy Lee's waistband. The results were disclosed recently when the firearm was subjected to ballistic tests, where an integrated ballistic identification system, or what is called the IBIS machine, was used. The technology provides a single system capable of comparing ballistics evidence found at crime scenes. Tommy Lee Sparta recently pleaded guilty to illegal possession of firearm and ammunition, and he was sentenced to 3 years. The dancehall entertainer was arrested last December after he was found with a firearm along Holborn Road in New Kingston. That's the story behind all that. He was held by members of the Special Weapons and Tactics SWAT Division. Investigations into the entertainer continues. Over the years, the police have accused Tommy Lee of being the leader of the Sparta gang, which is primarily based in Western Jamaica. The The dancehall entertainer has always denied these allegations. Tommy Lee, well, no, so Tommy Lee always said, listen, music me do. I'm not into this. If me did a gunman or a bad man or any of that, where is the proof? Where is the evidence? How come them not lock me up already and try me and all these things? Right now, I think police are laugh because they're like long run, short catch. We catch you, you frigga you. That can go on. That can go on. Now we're going to talk about a lot of people are saying what one of the first people who commented just now said. When them said, Tommy Lee, I get set up. Boy, I don't want to talk too early because I don't want later on, say tomorrow, the lawyer come back and say, well, I got wrong information. It's not him, it's somebody else. I don't want none of that. So just to keep myself safe. And plus, I don't want anybody to feel say, me there defend the thing if that's the case. Because you know the mother says, SouFlo, you can't dip on two sides of the fence. You can't talk about how you want the murders to stop and you want, you know, the place to clean up and get safe and all these things. And then at the same time, you are defending someone when they are caught red-handed. This is red-handed as it gets. Ballistic evidence match. That's like your fingerprint at the crime scene. That's like your DNA found at the crime scene. And this is not saying that he, Tommy Lee, is the one that committed those murders, but you are in possession of the murder weapon. So you can more than likely get charged and tried as the person who committed that, depending on how them build the case. I know that Tommy Lee did get found guilty on the gun thing, first of all, you know. I knew he was going to go down for the gun thing because usually his lawyers would come out and say something like this. Our client is innocent and we will be fighting these charges, and we are confident that our client will beat these charges and be a free man once again. They never said anything like that. I'm there, my yard sit down, and I say, since they're not saying that, that means I plead guilty. But if he pled guilty, how come they never put it out in the news yet? Well, it came at the day of his sentencing, then put it out in the news that he was found guilty and he's doing these many years. And in the statement, it said that he admitted to having the gun on his person and it's his, and guilty. Go before the judge and say, yes, Your Honor, I am guilty. I had it on me. So there was no, I plan to not plant the gun for me. I never have no gun for me. Test it and see if my fingerprint on it. I've never touched that gun before, Judge. I was expecting something like that because I so want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Of course, there is more information to come out later because I want to find out who are the two murders or the two victims of those two murders. Remember, I know, two body ballistic just linked, two bodies to the gun that they took off of him. And he already got 3 years just for violating the gun laws, carrying this illegal gun on him. Now, you know how ballistic evidence got. Them have to send it out. It goes somewhere else. Experts take them time, run them tests, look at it, and it come back. 2 murders on the gun. 2 murders. Double murder and triple shooting incident. That gun wasn't hot. That gun there did that on fire. That gun was blazing. Triple shooting incident. Shooting with intent. That's exactly how it's listed. And 2 murders upon the same gun. And Tommy Lee have it in his waist. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Either he did not know that this gun was that hot. Because I'm saying to myself, me as a gun connoisseur myself. See? I love my gun, I carry my gun, all them things about my gun, but I try to stay up on the legal side of the law. Now, Tommy Lee couldn't get a gun. Somebody said he couldn't get a gun brand new. That's how it goes with the illegal guns. Enough illegal gun come in brand spanking new, and a man will sell it to you and tell you, say, yo, see that fresh in the box, you know, sell you all with the box, you know. and you telling yourself that I'm gonna never bust yet, I'm gonna fresh, I'm me alone, and you get held with it. I hope some youths really out there pay attention to this. You might be walking around with it thinking nobody depend it good. And when them hold you with it, it's not a clean machine. Blue, one, it's not a clean machine. A machine dirty, stink dirty, hot, on fire, red hot. Gen D said, what are they doing with illegal guns? Well, when you live a certain kind of life, and I'm talking about like you're an entertainer, and then you've risen to fame in the entertainment world, you must understand that there are criminals out there who fall into different categories that prey on you. You know what I'm saying? So you have the people that will go on extort you. Let's be real. If them extort Miss Matty little shop on the corner and I tell Miss Matty that she have to run a thing every month or every month or something, what do you think they're trying to do to people like Tommy Lee them? We have come through the place young in a drop top Range Rover, BMW, Mercedes, Benz. Man, I run up on them like to eat a food, yeah? So they have to protect themselves from all kind of issues or all kind of different things. Not to mention who they might be in beef with, because them live certain other kind of life. So with the popularity, the fame, and you know, the flashing of the fanciness and all this, the predators are out there. Brains is here. How is it they make the process hard to get a legal gun? Yes, that I'm gonna talk about. So in order to get a legal firearm in Jamaica, and that's why in my past videos I said the FLA needs to be revamped. That is the governing body that monitors and decides who gets a legal firearm and who does not get one. See? And there are legal, law-abiding, tax-paying citizens, good people who now commit no crime and they can't get a legal firearm. They can't get a license to carry one because you are not favored by the FLA. And I've said this before. In a place like Florida, USA, where me live, we can pull up a gun right now, right? That's all. And anywhere else we can pull one up, right? You have within your constitutional rights the right to bear arms to protect your life. That's not like that in Jamaica. So them man they left out to the mercy of the world. Gunman are come for them, bad man are come for them, haters coming for them, everybody are come for them, extortionists, you name it. And then on top of that, WinWorks, thank you so much. I appreciate you greatly. WinWorks says fresh in the box, more like on sale, stale in the box. Jano. Yep. Fox Farm. So more on the people that know say you're right wrong with it and you got it fresh in the box. Don't necessarily mean say it's fresh. I cannot understand how him get catch with that pan in person. That sound like something where if me a bad man, me a bury it. Me a bury it, and the only time it a dig up I want to go bust somebody head and then bury it again. It's not something you walk around with. I'm just saying, if I was living that kind of life. Remember, I did 10 years in the army. So as an infantry soldier, so I can talk about gun all day. But like I said, I keep my thing on the lawful side of things, right? But I do ask people to look at the other side of things. Like, would you walk around and leave yourself out there like that? Not everybody can afford a team of security all the time. So it comes down to, okay, you can't afford a team of security to move about anytime you want to move about. Then you're confined to your home. So your fame has made you a prisoner because you can't go outside. And not everybody will look rich, really, really rich, you know. And it's not everybody can afford a team of security, you know, all the time, every time them go. So what we have now, I am absolutely sure that law enforcement officials, because they've been saying it for years, don't forget, they've been telling us for years, say one day them are going to hold him, you will see. And we're saying they're after him, they're stalking him, they're hurting his income. Why them are pressure the youths up? right now, they just got some kind of a justification for all the years. And you know what they're going to say to us right now? You see, we've been telling you for the longest. Now, had we not pursued this aggressively like we did, he's walking around with a gun in his waist with 2 bodies on it. That means it killed 2 people already. Ballistic evidence proved that. We're not guessing that to tell you. So they have a ground to stand on now. And a solid ground at that. Yes, Cat Business say he's screwed big time. Me think so. Me think so. And remember when Cartel first went in? Me see somebody say he's going to visit Cartel. I think them would have, if me just said this to Brains. I said, Mr. Beer, listen, if them get Cartel 35 years before parole, listen, 35 years before parole, before he's eligible to go to the parole board, he might do 35. That's his sentence. We're not talking about him fighting it and all that, and it might get overturned. We're talking about what it is. 35 years before he could go before a parole board. And they gave him that. And they didn't have this kind of a strong evidence. They don't have no blazing gun for Cartel. They don't have no blazing gun for him. They don't have no DNA link to the case. If him can get 35 for that, and like somebody just said, okay, they're trying to bring down the guards and them are trying to dismantle them completely. He's fingered as wife with a finger there, but he is pointed out as the person who is the leader of the Sparta gang. And they've been saying that for the longest, and now them catch him like this on his person. 2 murder and triple shooting upon it. Now it is up to them. Because if they do the research, find out, or obviously they know who this is. That's how it's linked already. They already told us the 2 murders took place in the corporate area, so them already know about the case. Anyhow, them can link him anywhere to that case there. In done. He is done. Cartel get 35. I think them are giving about 70. About 70. He's not come on road again no time soon. Or they may be given 45 and say it run concurrent or whatever, but it's going to be a long time. He's now going to have to prove that he did not know anything about what's on that gun. Is he going to go talk and snitch and say, because you know, say that them are going to call it. And I tell you the truth, that would be snitching. This is what snitching is. Snitching is not when you see a man come in your neighborhood, mash up the place, shoot down 2 little picnic, and you tell police, the officer, and the boy from over there, so him over there, in the blue shirt, yes, him, right there, so him. That's not snitching. Snitching is when me and you do an illegal activity or transaction, and you get caught, but I didn't, and you call my name. That's snitching. However, I don't think it's snitching if you set me up. Me ask you, you're sure? Brand new, clean, nothing upon it. Yeah, man, see that SouFLoT. You see the thing shine and glisten. See all the paperwork come with it there, you know. See box there, you know. Clean, nothing upon it. And you know, say me is the kind of man who walk around and say, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So if FLA now give me no paper, me still a carry my thing. Because me no want a boy let me down out the road. I prefer go court and defend myself. Right? So you give me that, you set me up. So guess what? That's telling. Oh, he must be going to tell. He's going to have to tell which part him get this gun from. Where did you get the gun from? The gun has 2 bodies on it and 3 other cases of shooting on it. Where did you get this gun from? We found it in your waistband. That means say a feel. You know, to save yourself, have to go tell me a who. Or am I being short-sighted? When I really think that Lee Sparta committed 2 murder and 3 shooting incidents. I don't seem like that kind of person. I don't seem like that kind of person. Is a man will bust him gun and then go in a studio and sing about it? Or he was just telling tales in his songs, carrying a gun to protect himself and get caught up because somebody sell him a gun that was already hot? This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. Yes, Blue, no easy solution in this one. I wish him all the best enough, but this don't look good at all. This don't look good at all. Rohan McLeod said, not a ghost gun. Them artists sing too much negative songs. Negativity just follow them. Boy. Big Woman says, Jamaica going keep, Jamaica will keep Prison Fest. Big lineup from old school Ninja Man to young school Tommy Lee. It really looks up. It looks like the whole of the artist them is going to prison. Winworks, thank you. Winworks say, I still feel like it's a setup. See? And there are going to be those people who are going to say, we still feel say I set them up. But like I said, I am one of them for the longest that was saying, get your evidence together. Because me not partial. I'm not partial when it comes to crime and violence. If you're out here terrorizing people, taking away people's lives, making law-abiding, tax-paying citizens fearful of where they live, pitney have to run up and down or dodge gunshot and these things, then you are a menace. You are what we call a terrorist to your people, and you need to be removed. And I don't care if you're an entertainer or not. I don't care if you're famous or not. All I ask, though, is for solid proof to be introduced when you grab on them people here. But they were grabbing and letting go Tommy Lee for years, grabbing and letting him go for years. So after a while, we started saying, all right, man, look, listen, show some evidence at least. And he was always able to walk away from everything that they grabbed him for until now. Could it be that they had good intelligence from a long time, but it was just that hard to catch him? But because of their persistence, they finally caught him. Because that, am I gonna come saying, no? This is exactly what they're gonna say. And is it so? And why does Tommy Lee walk? Somebody else say, what? These Jamaican entertainers keep messing up themselves. Money cannot help fools. It will just make them fooler. Boy, I don't know. You're right. DJ Smooth TV says living in a third world country is hard. In a first world country, you can start all over. And a third world, them call we. This don't look good at all, Delroy. It don't look good. Big up Delroy Stewart. It don't look good at all. I feel it for him in a way where I could see how he was caught between a rock and a hard place. Because when you think about your life, and your thing is real. See, some people don't take the time to like walk in somebody else's shoes. And some people, their life never been certain directions. So them don't understand at all. Yeah? Like, if you never lived Garrison life before, you don't understand Garrison life. You don't understand the socio-economic build-up, breakdown of Garrison life and the things that take place there that contributes to a certain mindset. You don't understand them things there if you've never lived it or if you've never been in it or around it. Yeah? So it's easy to sit from the outside and be like, what am I carrying like illegal gun for? Well, that's where people like me break it down for you, how the FLA would come in and all these other things. Kayla C1, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Kayla says, time longer than rope. Yes, Kayla, it looks up. And Windwork says, don't forget how Buju Banton case went. Boy, that's a different case. We never want to talk about that. Buju, they are road now. Big up to Buju. He's trying to forget about it. Me, I forget about it too. Nobody died in it. Tommy Lee gonna have 2 murders on it. Somebody said Gaza dropping like fly. No, man, Gaza stand strong, man. Gaza stand strong. When you see the boss of the Gaza, the movement Gaza, not a gang. I don't want nobody to talk about SouFLo over here defending criminal gangs. The boss, that Owen Ellington said. Owen Ellington at one point was the highest police in the land, remember? And he came on television and said, Vibes Cartel is the leader of a gang that is responsible for over 100 murders across the island. Remember when Indy come said that? I think Indy said on TVJ. Was it TVJ? I don't remember what network, but he came out and said that on a national network, a big network, and then there was lawsuits behind that, and then they retracted, they took the video down, but there was no proof. There was no proof. So they've been saying stuff for a long time with no proof. But when you hold a man now and take it all time waste, what can he tell you? If that's like standing over the body with the bloody knife and the blood that drip off it, and I come in the room and you're the first person I see standing over the body, what, like, my eye am going to, this look like you just did that, brother. Boy. MVP Alkaline Mavada Jamil Vendetta, your name alone says it all. I'm not block you now, I'm not kick you out. I'm on my live, me talk. If you don't want to argue, we don't know one another in the comment section about who says Gully, who says Gaza, who says this, that, then that's your business. Me only deal with the artist aspect of music, as in Mr. Cartel, I'm my favorite artist because nobody else no bad like him in a dancehall music. That's it. Can't swear for people. I'm not in their life. I don't know. I look at cases when cases come out and look on the detail them in the case. Some of the fans look like when I love the man them themselves. I want to fight the next man theme. And there's something like, me not like that. So if you want to fight this or what about that, the man there, your business that. Me not have to fight over man. Me not fight. It's not my thing. Yeah? But Jano, it don't look good. It don't look good. CSW official, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. CSW official says, blessing SouFLo. As bad as it seems, don't believe it. The system is just on invoking fear into the artists because the people look to them for hope. True thing. And I've spoken about that before too. Enough of the artists, them tell you that already. And enough of we who are Jamaican, we know how the thing's set up. Like for instance, your boss big. You go back into your community, especially if you're from a volatile community, right? You go back into your community and you start disperse the wealth. You open a couple shop around here, so your brethren say, that him one do, you invest like money, that's all. Another one, I talked about this before, you buy 2 cars, put on the road, tell the man them go run taxi, make them money and them kind of thing there. And you know, you look like some big don in the area where I call the shots. And Jamaica really ain't that big and huge and, you know, so little bit of wealth look like a whole lot of wealth there and it can do a whole lot. And then, of course, you have a whole heap of yes man around you once you become certain levels and them things. So it kind of make you look like, yeah, police have them eye upon you. Is he using his entertainment money to fund the drug activities and the illegal activities in this area, bringing illegal guns and these kind of things, when all you around there buy a school bag and school book and pay some school fees and help some parents catch up on them rent and these kind of things, and you're seen as a don. You're seen as a don. And they talk about that already too. There's many sides to this thing. Are there people like that? Yes. And they get labeled don and them not do nothing with have to do with youngsters sitting the road sitting. Yes. But I can't help but think that on the other side of the coin, there are those as well who are doing the most on the wrong side of the law and use these philanthropical things to cover up what them are do, you know? But I don't know who is who, so I can't call nobody name. I stick to the facts. See? I have to talk about what I know. I stick to the facts. News just bust. It's reported by National News Syndicate. So me take it up and we're gonna talk about it. Boy, I hope the youth them understand here. So I hope the FLA actually, because people listen to this. Tommy Lee didn't have a criminal record before, no. All the years he didn't have a criminal record. All the years he's been going through, denied visa, this, that. The man never have a criminal record of anything, nothing on the books for him. So how big of a criminal was he? If he's not, if you're a big criminal, you have to be connected. So how come him a big criminal that could not get caught and he was not connected? Like me say, I wish him all the best. Okini says a setup. You think it's a setup? Do you all think this is a setup? You think them set up Tommy Lee for this? I kind of feel like, boy, I don't know. And again, the draw for the Vibes Cartel case because when I talk about Gaza, I know it's a Tommy Boss over with Cartel. That's a part of the theme movement. You think it's a setup? I mean, they would have to go through great lengths to match ballistics to the gun that was in his waist. If they put a gun on me and arrest me with it, me nah touch them, have to go fight me. Them have to go knock me out unconscious and put my hand on it to touch it. Because when them put it in my waist, me I hold up my hand so I nah touch it. And they're gonna have to prove that I ever touched that thing. And me, I maintain the story the whole way. I have never touched that gun. It's not my gun. They're setting me up. But that wasn't the case. Him plead guilty already. Him say a theme gun. I don't say that. And I saw him getting 3 years in prison. And fast forward now, what? A week and a half, 2 weeks now? Couple weeks now, him get sentenced, right? 2 weeks later, ballistics come back now, saying the gun that you admitted was yours, that we took, you admit in your statement. The gun you admitted was yours. Well, sir, here one. It has 2 murder upon it and 3 shooting incidents. Separate from them the 2 murder. You can't turn around now and say, them have set me up and them put it for me. So you see, there was no cry of forced confession in his trial. Somebody there asked about forced confession. There was no cry of forced confession in his trial. This is what I said. If from the beginning he had denied anything to do with it, the officer put up my hand like this. That officer right there was trying to bring my hand down to touch it and he couldn't move my hand because I made up my mind I was not going to touch it because they're setting me up. He never have no noise about the gun. He go court go say a theme. And then take him plea. So you can't come back now, come talk about it's not mine, it's not mine. You already admitted it was yours. And you take a 3 years fee. John, he's cornered, boxed in. He is cornered and boxed in. And for those of you who wasn't listening or you're tuning in late, like I said before, the only way him can start to come up out of this. Watch what I say now. The only way him can start to come up out of this is if him go talk. Me get that gun here from the man when him John over there, so yeah, me can carry go show him and him sell it to me. But you know, some man rather take the years than talk. Because talking on some people could mean your family life, your life. I remember the man have picked me out the road. You see it? And he might have got his from somebody who is into gun running. So you go talk now, say, you get that from. I mash up my whole operation, which is connected to somebody else who is bigger and lead them to feed them operation. because you get kept. I don't know. Him have a lot to think about right now. Okini said they switched the gun. Them switch the gun. Well, this is what court is for. You're up on point, you know. You're up on point. Yeah, you could have probably been lawyer right now because half of the time I feel like these lawyers just name out them money because the lawyer them don't know already what the outcome is going to be. Come on, all of them frequent the same places. Them probably barbecue at each other's house. Their children attend the same schools. You know, there are gymnastics and soccer and these kind of things. And them kind of something that they flirt around in the same social circles. So they, when them bump head, them talk to each other. Yeah, you know, so we're gonna fry your youth. Yeah. Come on, no man. Make we do a plea deal now. Them talk. Them talk to each other. They communicate. The security guard get jacket, man. And it's a 1 hour show. We're 36 minutes in. So we're going to leave off of the Tommy Lee situation and we're going to talk about the security guard. Now, when them did say that Jamaica is a place where bun is a serious thing and a lot of illegitimate children are in Jamaica, enough of we a jacket, you know. Enough of we a jacket. Right now, enough of we look at each other, don't know who that is, but we go on like we know who that is because we've been told that this that this money are your daddy. All right? And not we left Jamaica and go foreign and go live in a time when they weren't testing DNA to see if you're going to travel out or anything. So from a man come and say, yes, I'm filing for my children and taking 2 picking them, gone. Stamp papers, blah, 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 you go through. So enough we get lucky because had they come out with this new DNA in an immigration something when somebody was growing up and did finally get to go through, we would have found out that they too, that who we call daddy is not really daddy. That brother has a story. It's funny, but I'm only laughing because it's not me. You know, sometimes you laugh at other people's stuff, but when them think they reach you, you ball. I'm sure me with a ball. With a ball like. All right, so the story said, security guard shocked to find out that 3 of his 4 kids are jackets. John Brown, obviously they have taken out his name and just put in another name to protect the identity of the individual. Them say he's a broken man. I want to listen to him, you know. He may read film part and give a long piece. See, them say he's a broken man and that he's close to falling into depression. He has long confirmed that his girlfriend of almost 18 years has been unfaithful to him on many occasions. Yeah, you did want bun and you did want jacket. So she had been unfaithful on many occasions, but he never expected to find out through paternity tests that only one of these 4 children belongs to him. Because she used to cheat enough and him always used to take her back enough. See? Brown, who is a security guard, was beside himself last Wednesday as he detailed a relationship of misdeeds, forgiveness, and perpetual hurt that led to him deciding that he would find out whether whether his blood runs through the veins of these children that are calling him daddy. I'm tired of the cheating now. Something that bother him now. So he finally decided, say, all right, me I go figure out, me I go make sure. Me need proof. Cause it bother me for a while, but me need to know. You better I never did know. You know, sometimes you don't want to know some things. You better I never did know. Hear him now. Him say me feel like me I go crazy because I am the only father that these children know. Me did feel shocked when me find out. Me not lie. This is what he told the Star. And then his girlfriend, whose name they removed and put Sasha, she told him that all 4 of the children, who are now 17, 13, 9, and 5, belong to him. She tell him, say, a film, all of them. In 2019, the newspaper reported that Polygenics Consulting, which is a company that offers DNA testing in Jamaica, found through their numbers that 70% of their tests, the men who were named as the father of the children had nothing to do with the paternity of the children. 70%. So when we say, no for we need a jacket, y'all underestimating, when you think me over exaggerate the number. If 70% is, 70%, may I emphasize 70 so y'all can hear me and not skip and think, oh, him said 7%, that's a big number, that man. Keep reading. No, 70%. Fire. Yo, 70. For those of you who are in Jamaica right now, you know, Apologenics is one of the places that you can go and get your DNA test. Please go get your DNA test early if you have any doubts, or if you don't have any doubts at all, still go get one DNA test. Because here what? I find that us Jamaican people, we have the same looks. See? A lot of we look alike. So somebody in your community, your neighborhood, or even the man where did I deal with the thing for her that you thought you was dealing with, it probably looks similar to you. So don't just look at your children and be over there thinking, oh, I don't have my eyes, oh, I don't have my nose, oh, she have my mouth, boy, I didn't look just like me. Stop. Go get a DNA test. All right? If you want to know. We are living in 2021 and beyond now. This is not time to start going like say this is the 60s or this is the 70s or even the 80s. We in a 2021. Go get one DNA test. And Polygenics Consulting in Jamaica, just Google them like how you Google porn and everything else and look them up and go get your things straight. That way you don't have no worries in your mind. I want to talk about something else, how women stay up when it comes to these kind of things. But let me finish read this first. See? So it says that Polygenics found out through their DNA testing, cases submitted to them, that in 70% of the cases, the tests, the men that were submitted as the father had absolutely nothing to do with the paternity of the child. Brown, who is the security guard, he's among those that make up this frightening statistic. He was 18 years old when he met wifey, and she was 17 at the time. And she told him that they were going to be parents. Brown said that he was beyond excited. Oh, me 18, boss me thing, I'm a youth, yes, me happy. Yeah, he was so excited. He took on 3 jobs to ensure that he could support his young family. Him start work out him back on him soul case. See? The day the baby was born, him said, I was so happy. She called me and she asked me for my correct name. You breed for man and not even know them correct name. But okay, we'll carry on. She called me from the hospital, you know, and she asked me for my correct name. And I told her that she said, and she said, okay, I'm going to register the baby. Months after that, she had the baby. She got really sick, and eventually she ended up in the hospital. A story is behind this, you know. Listen. So we had forgotten a medical card that was needed at the hospital, and she had to ask my mom to go in our pocketbook or our bag and look for it. That is when my mother found my daughter's immunization card and saw that the baby had a different surname from mine. Them girls are wicked, them wicked, them wicked. Job. Oh God. Brother, make me heart hurt feel. Me can't say heart. My heart hurt feel. God know. Wickedness. Unknown to Brown. He was supporting and bonding with a child that he thought was his, but the baby did not have his last name. He said that when he confronted Sasha about it, she told him that hear this. She told him that her ex-boyfriend had forced her into giving the child his surname, but that the baby belonged to you, John, you, not him. Him just forced me to give the baby female name. but a year baby. And who raised the youth? He said he quickly forgave her as she was extremely sick at the time. Remember, hospital, pick her up and everything, she ill. And he loved the baby dearly. That child is now 17 years old. That's the eldest of the group. He loved the baby dearly. He never bother look. He just take her excuse what she give him. Your mother going on. Yo, that's why I'm glad to be out. That's why I'm glad that I have the kind of mother that I have, Oh, my mother much money. Oh, in a witch bag and find what? And my granddaughter name that we've been winging and cooing and cawing after and getting her everything. And wait, I don't feel. My mother mad somebody. So fee mother find that in a fair bag. I'm sure his mom told him, he confronted her, right? And she give you that excuse and you take it. You take that the excuse there. No, man. I wish you were my friend. I wish you were at least an associate. I wish it was I wish it was somebody we grew up with what we could have talked to. God no. Hold on. 3 years later now, Sasha got pregnant again. And during that time now, Brown said there were allegations that were swirling this time throughout the community this time. That his girlfriend was one of them dash out people that she was giving it away. She was being unfaithful. He recalls even catching her red-handed, but he decided to forgive her again. In tongue like Jesus. If your forgiveness is, I hope, no, the forgiveness, the borderline stupid. But after them relationship, I don't know, maybe she have the hook bit and she know if quint it and she do some crazy things to him and him couldn't Lego the thing, I don't know. But alright. Him said, I come home early and the door locked. I open the door. And I see that I beg me to go back on the road, go buy her some pills because she feels sick. I said, alright, I go buy it, but I go change my uniform first. And when me up in the closet and look, is a man bent down with a knife. And him stab after me and run out. And you forgive her. And sister, the brother, when he wanted this, he want this. He was willing this into his life. Them thing I'm talk about when we say some people will some things into them life and don't even realize it. And then I tell yourself about it was love and it was forgiveness and what would Jesus. Me no want to know what would Jesus do. I'm not Jesus. Me I gonna do what me I do today. Jesus have to go deal with the rest later. But me not trying to be like Jesus like that. But what would Jesus do? All right, brother. Jesus wears sackcloth and sandals. Be sure know that you wear. See? I thought about leaving, but me love her with all of my heart. So I would just forgive her every time she go out and cheat. Sometimes I would leave. But as soon as I find out that she's not there, it is like I am going crazy. She always cry. And just always take her back. Then, on one occasion, when the couple was on a break, Sasha informed Brown that she was pregnant again, this time with their third child. He said that he had major doubts about this one, about him being the father for this one, because he was aware that she was involved with at least 2 other men after them take them break. I didn't support her during that pregnancy, but when she was about 9 months pregnant, she told me that she needed stuff for the baby, and me carry her, and me go buy her certain things, all the things that the baby need, and all these things. Months later now, he was in for a massive shocker. He had taken the baby for a checkup at a health center, unaware that the child did not have his name. So she do it again. She trick him. I carry the picnic go, doctor, I hear all this happen now. So I was in the clinic and I'm waiting for my baby name to call. When them push out them head and them say, Javon Smith. Javon Smith. Okay, come forward. It's your turn. All right. The man said, sit down there. And I hear the nurse come out and the nurse I call a name. But because it wasn't my last name, I didn't move. I didn't pay no attention. See? A guy then came up to me and told me that it was my turn. I didn't know the baby because he and the mother always turn up at the clinic for visits. I was so ashamed. When I looked at the baby passport, I realized it was a different name, Brown said. So the brother either can't read or him slow thinking or him just not paying attention to life. He might go through life blinded or what? I mean, this is after the fact and it might seem like I'm beating him, but me I beat him because I want some of the rest of you that are watching thinking it can't happen to me to go straighten out your thing and know your facts about yourself. See? Stop look by picking them and talk about them look just like me. Go actually get some paperwork done. You know, right now some woman I say, you see you SouFlo, I hate you, see because now the boy can't watch your thing. So no more carry the picnic or DNA. Me in a trouble. Why you do this? So why you do it, SouFlo? The 35-year-old broken-hearted Brown said that he confronted Sasha, who in tears, she break down crying, you know. I'm saying wicked people crying up. She break down crying and she told him that she was seeing another man around the same time, that she got pregnant, and he also threatened her to put the baby in his name. She told him that the man's surname was only on the medical passport and not on the birth certificate. As it turns out, based on DNA results that were recently done, that child is actually the only child of all of them that is his. The man said, I'm hurt and I'm leaving the relationship because I'm not going to stay. I'm over her, is what he said. And then at the bottom it says the names have been changed to protect the identity of the individuals that are involved. I feel shame for him. God knows, I feel shame for him. John, or whatever your name is, I will hold on my head and walk the street for you in shame. I feel shame for you. Not saying that these things can happen to every and any way, but come on, man. Come on. You wanted that. Enough good women out there, you know, that don't throw around themselves like that. True. But it seems like somehow we just gravitate towards a certain kind, you know. Freaky girl of them, girl them me love. And you don't realize that that is a strong part of our character. You see it? Alright, what will the Bro Shaka, big up and thank you. Bro Shaka said you have to see with the lady. She have a giving away problem. Yeah, she have a giving away problem, alright. There are women out there that are not into this. You know me, I tell my brother them now, sir, because we have less than 5 minutes left on the live. Then I'll cut the live off. You know me, I tell my brother them, say no. Sometimes the woman that you think is going to be your all and everything, she didn't come in the package that you did want her to come in. You see? So sometimes when you know run down certain kind of people, it come back to haunt you in this kind of way. You know what I talk about? Freaking, and them kind of something there. Yeah? The one that can do the things and them kind of thing there. And she dash out and she did easy and yeah, you never have to fight feet too much, so it boosts up your ego like she wanted me when at the same way she want everybody else kind of thing. Watch who you gravitate towards. Watch who you gravitate towards. You have good woman out there what not gonna do this to you. It's wickedness. Now she lucky. She lucky. Because there was a real story not too long ago. Remember? Probably about a year ago or so, or 2 years ago. I've been on YouTube for a while now, I don't remember, but I'm sure I cover it. Remember the two little picnic them that was on their way to school in them school uniform and the man. You see, true, me know on YouTube do my video certain kind of way and me can't say certain kind of things. But I remember that story there, and it was because of the same thing. Right? Matter of fact, I think the man there is a crazy man because it turns out that the 2 kids are his. But because people keep on a talk, say I never feel him picking them, I never feel him picking them, she give him jacket, Could have got take a DNA test, the man just chop up everybody. So she lucky. She give him 4. And out of the 4 is only one of him. I only my heart. I know my heart, I can't take it. I couldn't take it. What would you do? What that's bun with cheese, that's a bun. Him get bun with cheese. Matter of fact, I used to stop at one place when I come from school at evening time. Sometimes when I walk, done track practice and bus gone left when we have to walk home. So we used to stop at one place where them used to butter the bun and then put the cheese on it. Him get that kind of treatment there. Him get the bun, butter plus extra cheese. And then him get a tailor-fitted suit 3 times over. And him take them. Him stand up in the mirror and laugh and like them and put them on and say, yeah, look good for me. I mean this is me. Yeah, and like it and take it. Someone out there take jacket here. Which part me live it too hot here, so I can't wear a jacket. Right now, some of you in some cold places. Right now, today, it's like almost 90 degrees where I'm at. So, it's hot to spot me there. See? Hold on there. A message coming from wifey. I have to pay attention if you are calling or texting. Okay. Alright. You know, so one time she texts or call, you have to burps. Handle that. So anyhow, DNA should be mandatory. Such girl Forrest, I agree. So I'm leaving this. We have 3 minutes left on the video. Now leave this video right there. So I said 2 things. One, for the Tommy Lee situation, and remember me telling you this, right? I'm gonna say it again. You know, so Tommy Lee come from a good family. He come from a good family, actually. But may I leave this, yes, if I said this, because they demonized them over the years. You know what I'm saying? But I'm leaving this here to say this. I wish him all the best. I don't think this is going to turn out good. I not see no good out of this for him. This is definitely going to amount to more time in prison. Will these 2 murders be pinned on him? Is for him and his team to decide. Me I go tell where me get the gun from because I know me do it and then trick me and make me think a clean gun, or y'all will see because I'm going to stay on top of that story, so y'all gonna see how that one they play out. And now, however it plays out, we're just going to have to accept what it is. This man have a lot of children out here. Of course, some people are going to say, well, I'm sure I think about him picking them before I'm going to get involved in certain things. Okay, I understand. They're on your righteous pedestal. But he has a lot of kids out here. And if you know anything about him, you know he's a good father. He's one of them fathers there that's there, present, you understand, in person. Do things with them, picking them, involved with them life and take care of them. All them something there. He's one of them what we call super dad there. And y'all know how I do my thing already. I pride myself on that. Yeah, woman can left me, you know, baby mother can left, wife can divorce, fall in love with somebody else, everything. My children are my children though. See? And I respect another man that live like that. So I feel it right now from the aspect there that they made up their mind already. That'll get 3 years. All right, in 3 years' time, who are 5 are gonna be 8. Who are 8, who are 10 are gonna be 13. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be on in life, but he'll be home in 3. Boom, then this. He's looking at a whole lot of time behind bars. So we're gonna stick to that story. And in closing now, with the last 30 seconds of this video, I'm going to encourage the men them out there to go and get a DNA test. I didn't talk about it, but I squeeze it in right here. So sometimes the woman them, when you ask them for your DNA, so what y'all try say? Y'all try say me a whore, y'all try say me a fling out, me a dash out girl. Oh, you want a DNA now, huh? Yeah, you want a friggin' DNA now. Yeah. I saw you still. It's like, you know, them get them get, yeah. Rah, you want DNA and make it be like, okay, all right, no, me believe you, say, man. Don't listen to none of it. Don't listen to none of it. Go and get you a DNA and find out if the picnic are yours or not. All right? 1 hour, we're at the top of the hour. Big up on yourself, man. All respect. Thank you for tuning in to SouFLoTV. Pod the live. Who missed it? Go and go watch it back later. And we'll catch you on some other videos, little more. All right? Big up on yourself. I'm out. All right. Dana, thank you. Thank you for being here. One love. My God. Peace. Yo, him done. You think him done?